Welcome back, everyone. My name is Joe, and over the last year I've documented my journey of writing a first novel. In fact, a trilogy of novels called Rivendoa. I live with my husband Richard and our granddaughter Hannah on 6 acres of land nestled in the wilds of Virginia. Every Monday I post a video sharing the joys and challenges of writing a first novel. In this video, I'm taking you along with me down into the woods to inspect the damage inflicted by the storm of broken dreams. So come along and join me on my adventures in living as a writer and an artist. Hey everybody, I just wanted to take you out. This is actually day 3 after the storm, but it looks like everything is just either bent over or broken in half. I mean, not most of the trees, but a lot of them are, looking pretty bent over. I don't know if you can see that. Let me switch over, show you. The trees are just like a mess, covered in this icy snow. I'm about to walk over to the clearing and we'll take a look at that and see how bad that looks. Whew.
We're in for a wild ride over the next 24 hours. Nice and warm now, but it's going to turn a lot colder by daybreak, and we're going to have rain turning to a mixture, turning to snow, and it will look like a winter wonderland across the area by late morning tomorrow. Tonight, we're looking at...
Well, it's been nearly 24 hours and thousands of homes are still in the dark after the storm. Northern Virginia is the hardest hit so far with more than 50,000 outages right now. That's according to Dominion Energy. The worst, Stafford County, which has about half of the homes affected. Fairfax and Spotsylvania still have nearly 9,000 out. DC and Maryland are doing much better, according to Pepco and Baltimore Gas and Electric. Combined, they have around 200.
An epic traffic disaster playing out over the last 36 hours in Virginia. Thousands of cars brought to a standstill by that massive storm dropping a foot of snow on the DC region. Overwhelming road crews and trapping thousands of people, the elderly, kids, and pets in their cars. It started last night, a sea of static red taillights in freezing temps. By morning through most of the day, they barely budged. Overhead, NBC Washington's news chopper.
In my last video, I showed you the first few hours of the storm that hit Virginia on January 3rd, and it was indeed a winter wonderland. But with the power going out for nearly 3 days and trees breaking and snapping, it soon became the storm of broken dreams. Wow, this looks totally different. Normally, this is the trail down to the clearing. As you can see, it is just totally messed up with icy, snowy trees bent over, nearly broken. Unbelievable. Oh my gosh. Oh Lord. I see a big tree down in the clearing. Oh my gosh. Damn. Oops. I see a big tree over there. We got about 6 inches of snow, which is not a whole lot, but what happened is it was so wet. The storm came down from the south, and it was so, the snow just stuck to the trees and has not yet, on day 3, still melted off. Yesterday it got sunny for a while. Oh Lord, I see another big tree down over there. But it just, as you can see, it's just a big wet mess, and a lot of these pines have come down, and the all these in the bushes with any kind of trees left, like the holly, they're just bent over from the weight. Yesterday, Richard and I went into Richmond, and we had to go down Interstate 64, and it would look like a tornado had come through, because there was one section of about 10 or 15 miles that had trees that were primarily pine, and they had cracked and fallen across the highway. Luckily, somebody had come through in the morning and cut the tops off the trees so that the cars, which normally go 70 miles an hour, that's the speed limit on 64, we're going about 15 miles an hour, weaving in and out of the trees. And unfortunately, I had not brought my camera with me, so I couldn't, I didn't record that. I definitely should have, but anyway, I'm gonna take you over here to the clearing and see what's left. The tops of trees, tops of these beautiful pine trees have come down. You know, this is normally the trail right down to the clearing, and if you can believe it, this is the clearing. Looks very different. The fire pit's still here, but I've got a tree completely bent over the clearing. And then it looks like one of the big pines over here where my firewood is stored came down, as you can see, right across the path. And here's another one. Here's the root ball of another tree that came down. Oh my gosh, look at that. Lord, it's totally transformed the woods back here. I probably need to be careful myself, because even though I think most of the trees that have fallen, that are gonna fall, have already come down, I do not want to become the victim of a fallen pine tree. As you can see here, this is the wood pile, and before I had the covering, you know, the tin covering here over the wood pile. Now it's completely snowed in because the wood pile covering the top of it was over top the tree here. It was connected to this tree here, and that tree has fallen right across the path. So I'm gonna have a lot of chainsaw work ahead of me. I'm gonna have to bring you guys along with me to get it back to where it was before. I've got big pieces of snow, hard pieces of snow coming down on top of me. Oh my gosh, I can't even get through here. Can you see that? This is the trail. It's going to be a while before I can do some biking, I think. Trail runs right through here. So that's a big mess for right now. I'm coming sort of around through the wooded part, trying to find a way through my trail. It looks like this part of the trail has survived. You can see here, there's stuff down all across the trail. I'm not going to be able to bike here for a long while. You know, I knew it was going to be a mess because I could hear trees, some of the really big trees, snapping and cracking the first night of the storm. But I had no idea how bad it was going to be. Some of these, the ones that are bent over, will come back up once the icy snow melts off of it, which it looks like it's starting to do today. But it's kind of defeating to think about all the work I'm going to have to do out here. You can see this big tree up here is snapped in half. You can see it right there. There's going to be a lot of those, I'm afraid, which makes it very dangerous out here for a while until I can get in here and do some cutting with the chainsaw. Ooh. Yeah, looks like a big mess. You can't even see the trail at all. That's where the trail runs, completely covered up. And as I look out across these trees, I don't know if you can see this in the camera, but there are tons of trees that were not snapped like this before. You can just see they're broken off halfway through, all the way across there. Unbelievable. Anyway, I just wanted to show you guys how big a mess it was out here. And I guess I'm gonna just keep walking through here. And if I see any more really big trees down, I'll go ahead and show them to you. But we'll see. I'm gonna probably have to take you all along with me when I take out some of this mess that has fallen down. But that'll be sort of fun too. Y'all can join me as I try to clear the trail. I sort of wish I had had an opportunity to do my bike run this fall during October and November and early December, but I was not able to do it. And I'll talk to you about some of that in another video. In the next video, I want to kind of give you some explanation about why I haven't been making videos for the last really 2 months, I guess. But anyway, I'm gonna keep walking here and see what else I can find. Wow, here's another huge tree. I was having trouble finding out where it was broken from. I'm gonna come over here and show it to you. As you can see right here, it's hard to see in the video. You can't see how big it is. That is a huge tree, cracked right in half. And I was having trouble finding out where it came from, and it's way up there. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that in the light. It snapped off. Looks like it's like that everywhere. Really kind of exciting in a way, because I feel like I'm in a totally different set of woods than I was 3 days ago. We also were without power for the last 36 to 48 hours, and finally got the power back on. And boy, I tell you, you don't realize how important, out here in the country where we live, if the power goes out, eventually your well goes out too. So you have no toilet that works, or no water coming out of the tap, no, none of the, of course, no electricity. Luckily we have propane heat, so we can at least keep warm and have the fire going. So that's a great benefit to us in the last couple of days, but it's not the same. Once we got the power back on, which happened last night, it was like godsend. Anyway, I wanted to show you this. That is right across the path. And we're right here. If you remember, this is where the seat is. You can see it there. Let me extend this out a little bit. I got this new extender for my camera, but you can see that's where the seat is, beside the creek. And it is just like a complete mess right here with all these fallen trees. So anyway, just kind of keep going, see what I can find. You can see this beautiful beech tree here. Still has most of its leaves. It's quite beautiful out here. I don't know if you can really see it in the camera, but it looks really nice there. Here's some more huge trees down right across the path. I have as I've sort of sounding a little bit monotonous, I guess, talking about all the trees I'm going to have to cut back. But it's like everywhere I look, like look over there, there's like a huge set of trees there that are down. I don't know if you can see that, like right on the edge there. But the good thing is I'll have plenty of wood. You know, one of the things I want to do is build a large natural gate into the woods on our property. And I'll have plenty of wood for that. That was one of the things I was planning to share with you all this year is the creation of that. But I'll have more on that later. Anyway, I'm trying to make my way through here. Whew. Beautiful though. I have to say I love seeing all the walking in the woods in the snow. It's I wish I had had an opportunity to get out here last night or the night before the first night of the snow, but that's when it was really beautiful. Looks like there's nothing big down on this part of the trail, which is great. But as you can see here, right behind me, the trail just disappears into a big mess right there. I don't know, I'm gonna have to dig that out at some point. It's fun. I may end up having to cut a new trail through here because you can just see how much has come down. If you look here behind me on the other side of the creek, you can just see those holly trees are just totally weighed down. I have another one right here behind me that goes right across the trail. But one of the good things is see if I can find it. Yeah, there's that big oak tree I've showed you before. And it seems to have held its own during this storm. Though this beautiful beech tree right here, it's looks like it's having a hard time holding up. Amazing. It's actually beautiful, but decimated and sort of sad at the same time. I think of all the trees and how long they've lived, and a lot of them no more. It's amazing. Well, you can sort of see behind me up here, it's like this whole grove of pines here is just leaning over. There's a huge area in the sky that was not there before. And down on the trail, that was the trail down there. It's closed. It's totally clogged up. Wow. Makes me feel kind of sad, but you know, I guess that's how the life of the woods. Well, guys, I just wanted to share with you what the woods look like behind the house and what the clearing looks like. And I think, you know, once all the snow's gone, you'll really be able, woohoo! Wow. I just got hit in the head with a huge chunk of ice and more's coming down. Well, I guess that sort of ends this video. I'm going to go ahead and get inside before I get plunked with another huge chunk. So anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. And as always, if you like this video, please, another one came down. If you like this video, give me a like and go ahead and subscribe if you haven't. And if you have subscribed, go ahead and clang that little bell. And anyway, I'm gonna get out of here before I get creamed out here. Anyway, see you guys in the next video.